Well, this has really been a terrible time in this country, and I've just been taken advantage of the entire time I've been here, and I'm absolutely fed up with it. People around about here are trying to gain power through me, and don't appreciate it. We've got a thing called Brexit here in Great Britain, as you know, and I believe that Labour, as well as New Science, in fact, are trying to gain power through the Brexit, get off the Brexit process, and they are actively fighting. They are hoping, some extreme causes are hoping to turn Britain into civil war, um, and as a result of that, the country will just descend into complete chaos and destruction. That's what they're hoping for. That's the extreme end of this Brexit process. And between actually getting a good deal and civil war thing, there is the current situation. The fact that it is possible that Britain could fall into a civil war is absolutely unbelievable. That is the way this fucking new Labour bullshit fucking people are taken as the fascists. They're preventing, they're stopping, they are using, targeting people that they know have power that should be free. Should be free. You see, it's communicating with my right cerebellum at the moment. And as a result of that, they've disturbed my thoughts. The country should be free, and people should. I mean, rather, we should be free. People in the power place should be free, but because they know the target, they're just not accepting, and they're just civil disobedience. Another level of civil disobedience. All right, and rather than actually, in years gone by, past, straight, not by, people would have cooperated and stuff. They're not cooperating now, and they're just out now to target, fight, and kill if necessary. All right. So this process, this Brexit process, is definitely leading to civil war. All right, in Great Britain, it's leading to civil war. This is where those fuckaroos, those bastards, that's where they want this process to go. They want it to lead to civil war. And I'm appealing to the government to do everything that it can, obviously, to prevent such an eventuality. But they'll go on and on and on and on and on. At the end of the day, they'll try and trigger a general election and get into power. Labour is preventing Brexit because it wants to get into power. That's why we are all suffering because Brexit wants to get into power. That's why. So we are all suffering in Great Britain because Labour wants to get into power. That's why. We're not having. They're preventing Brexit deal every step of the freaking way. And as I said, last time I've been here for 3.5 years, and I've been nothing but interfered with, hit on my nose, my head. I've been terrorised, persecuted, abused. My brain has been smashed to living fucking smithereens, etc., etc., etc. Britain, you are a bad, 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 bad country, and you need to be taught a lesson, and maybe this is the end result of Brexit, all right? You need to clear yourself up. You need to clear yourself out, Britain. There are people who want to gain control, and all they want to do is run it right the way down to the bottom. They'll go through every fucking ding, 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 right to the very last, and it's completely bonkers. There's no logic to it. There's no intellect. And they just want to destroy everything so that they can get power and have what they want. It's as simple as that. That's exactly what's going on in Great Britain. I've requested to the government that they return me to the United States. If I was in the United States, I wouldn't be so easily targeted as I am here in Blackpool, because these fuckaroos around here in Blackpool, they know exactly who I am. They know what to do. They know what fucking power things to press, to tweak, to fix, to put that and all the rest of it, the whole fucking thing. And as a result of that, this entire process is being frustrated. Something that should have turned out to be a pleasure and something that would have been really helpful to Great Britain has turned into an absolute bastard nightmare. And as a result, It is what it is at the moment. Okay, so this is to other nations around the world, particularly to the United States, who might obviously be very interested, as a lot of countries are, very interested in what's going on in Britain. And the second place is just descending into bastard chaos. It's as simple as that. And what keeps happening is that they get me into the proper configured state so that I'm able to access the construct, etc., etc. Now, bear in mind, no training, no nothing. They just configure it, right? And either I will make a mistake by having a fucking thought, or one of these fuckaroos around here will flash an image or do something, and an all fucking bastard thing goes to shit. All right? They know what they're doing. This construct thing, which is amazing, they're just collapsing it and corrupting it and just making it into fucking pure shite. That's all they're doing. All right? So I've said to the government, I want to return to the United States. I've said to the United States, I want to return to America. I don't want to stay in Britain anymore because these fuckers know exactly what they're doing. All your effort is being turned into shit. Do you understand? And the end result of this Brexit process could be civil war in Great Britain. If we get a no deal, it could turn into fucking civil war. Because these bastards round here, these fascist bastards, won't stop until they get what they fucking want, which is power. That's what's fucking going on, assholes. You need to wake up and do something about it. As opposed to me sitting here with me balls swinging in the fucking air, naked as can fucking be. You need to get off your fucking asses, get me some money, get me some privacy and secrecy, so these bastards can't take advantage of me and you. Do you fucking understand? This situation, I'm talking now live on YouTube. It's going out live on YouTube for people to understand and appreciate what's going on. I do appreciate and got a lot of faith and trust in the government that they will do the right thing. But as I'm saying, it's not the fact that the government won't do the right thing. It's been frustrated and it's been interfered with every step of the way. That's what I'm trying to say to you, Britain. There's no control, and other people are coming in and making a control. All right, something that was supposed to be an educational thing for myself and possibly others, it's been turned into an opportunity for them to undermine the process and just create destruction and crap, and it's just their opportunity to get into. What do you mean he doesn't know what he's talking about? He knows exactly what he's talking about because he's fucking going through it. See, they're trying to undermine and gain power. That's what they want. And I'm not having it. If you're not careful, you're going to trigger a nuclear event. All right? Because the other countries around the world are very interested in what's going on in this stupid little fucking country. So you better get yourselves sorted. I've got complete confidence and faith in the government, but it's being undermined. That's an all, yeah. I've said this to the intelligence service that I want to return to the United States. All right, I've said this over and over and over and over and over again, but nobody is prepared to say, okay, we'll listen to what your side of the fence. We're the big fucking balls. We know what we're fucking doing. Well, obviously you fucking don't. So, I make this request for the 1,000th billionth time to the British government. At the appropriate moment, look, I even need new glasses, viewers. Look. Look, look. At the appropriate moment, when it is judged to be the correct thing, or the right time, the right timing for it, as we've said before, and I don't give a shit if these fuckaroos know about it, because they already know about it anyway. So what's the point in trying to keep it secret, man? You may as well just come out with all guns blaring and fuck them. Do you understand? There's no point in keeping the bastard thing secret. If you're trying to keep it secret so that you can slyly do what you need to do to get away, it ain't gonna fucking work. Because these fuckaroos, not only do they know what you're gonna fucking do, they fucking anticipate everything you're gonna do, and you didn't tell me that. You're in my mind, my thoughts print on you. That's what I'm saying, that they don't work and cooperate with, right? They're going off on their own because they don't want to come. It's like going to my brother and his wife and my dad. It's like there is no family relationship. They just fuck up, go away. We don't want you. That's what they're doing, and they're using Gary and Catherine and my dad as the thing that's the guiding principle, and it's fucking wrong. That what they're doing is fucking wrong. They've been brain screwed, right? Gary, Catherine, Jake, particularly Jake, poor Jake, and my dad. And they're using that as a construct guidance thing to be able to determine what's going on in the real world. So that's the truth of it. So they're not interested in getting a deal. They're not interested in resolving the situation, restoring the nation. They're not interested in doing any of that, Your Majesty. They just want to undermine power and undermine the political process and gain power. That's all they're interested in doing. So we see, that's my thought again, printing on you, and then you're going to go up and use it. My recommendations are: do not beat the living fuck out of, right, until the appropriate moment. But don't, because it'll only cause destruction and more chaos. And we're trying to get it to a situation where it's stable and pure and nice, so that the construct can be developed, and then we can, from that basis, we can then go on, we can then proceed, we can then, to understand how that works and be educated with respect, or at least I can be educated with respect to how to use all of this. But they're undermining all of that process, you see, because they believe they're in a better position than I am, right? So that they want to actually use it for themselves, rather than the actual proper individual. This one, all right? It's gonna. It doesn't. You can't make it secret anymore, because all these fuckaroos around there all know. The police themselves have even said, "Ian, can you get the hell out of Blackpool?" And I'm like, "How the hell am I supposed to do that?" And I'm on to the government. Can you get me out of? Can you get me out of? It's like, I can't do a fucking thing. I've got nothing. If the government, or let's say an organisation makes me into a millionaire, then the rules will be different and the world will treat me different. And that will have an absolute massive effect on the way that especially my family's going to react to me, right? Now, if they react as, "Oh, our Tony's a millionaire now," right? "Oh, we don't want anything to do with him," I would completely and totally off. Because that will definitely tell you, won't it? That they're not interested interested in solving or restoring the country. Have you seen how many people are suffering in Great Britain? And have suffered? They're not, they just want to get power. So that's the situation. I can't do anything until the government and other agencies act. Correct. I can't do a damn thing. I can't even find employment in Blackpool because these fuckaroos have got such a bite of fucking balls. I can't do fuck all. Do you understand? I went to Preston, said the same thing over there. United States, please. I'm fed up, Britain. I'm fed up with the situation. It would be some sort of reflection, wouldn't it, from the Civil War of independence in the United States. The word civil, you would agree with the Civil War? The Civil War, the independence of the United States would be a reflection upon Britain, which would mean that Britain would go into a civil war as a reflection of what happened in American history. Do you understand, Parliament? And if the thing that drives society forward is the fucking construct and power, well then if you get a negative reflection or a reflection from the American history imposed upon Britain, you're going to get a civil war in Britain. Whether you like Brexit, you don't like Brexit. That's what's going to happen. The thing is trying to strangle me at the moment, because it must obviously be true that the American history is going to be imprinted upon Britain. So this fucking thing is going to take Britain all the way to civil war as a reflection of what happened in American history. Never mind, calm down. And stop strangling me. I hope that clarifies the situation, and I hope that intelligence understands. Can you confirm that? I'm asking a question. Go away. Think about it. You're separating yourself, Britain, from Europe. Our relationship with the United States has been but it has been strained. Okay, the United States president relationship with Boris was somewhat distant. Great Britain is being isolated. And if the history of the United States gets printed upon Britain, you are going to get civil war in Great Britain whether you got a Brexit or not. So you'll have to go away and have a little think. Right? Go away and have a little think. Crunch it up. You put it through your computers and then figure something out. All right, dude. I've got a lot of faith in your computational. I don't know why the hell I'm shouting. Because I was genuinely annoyed. Well, I don't know. I can't even now, because even this is a print now. You know what I mean? It's like, I need to, that's correct. I need to emphatically state my position. That is why I have raised my voice. Does we understand? Yes, we does. All right? Please don't make fun and joke of this. It's very, very serious. So they're going to try and get a general election, I think. All of this shenanigans going on. It's probably going to go to no deal, and it's just going to whatever. And they're going to go for a general election. I know Labour's using Brexit to get into power. But there's certain elements within Labour who are far, far, far to the extreme side of it, right? That wanted, a civil war. They would want to do that because a lot of them think we're false in prison. We've got fucking what's the name for access to grind and everything. Look at what's happened in the country. You've virtually had a civil war. Now I said this a little while ago, didn't I? I said, Britain, you've had your civil war. Come on, right? You've had it. But they're going to want to do it again, Your Majesty, and again, and again, and again, until the whole bloody country is smashed the fuck up. And until they put themselves 6 foot under. So, there we are. Well, the thing was, it was all perfect and lovely, and I was just, and I was gentle, but then they caused the thing, there was a subliminal, and it was like that, and then all the rest of it started crapping out and everything, and it just started to fall to mush. They are doing everything to make sure that one is not successful. But the thing is, I've got no tools to be able to compete with them and to fight with them. I've got nothing. I mean, what sort of contest is that? What sort of God fights a baby? What sort of God has a God? Get off my throat! What sort of God and ruler crushes people that have got nothing? That's not a test of power, you coward! You want a test of power? They made this about power. So be it, and that's why DEFCON 1. You made this about power, so be it. Then to the death it is. And to the world, global nuclear war. That's why you're taking it, pal. That's where you're taking it. I think that what's happened is that the extreme elements, the word extreme, have gained a power and a control that has extreme influence upon our politics. As a consequence, our process has been frustrated. That's true. They have known about it. It doesn't matter because as soon as it came in the country, they fucking knew who it was. As soon as it got off the fucking goddamn plane, right? 4 years ago. That's correct. That's why I said Brexit's a fucking sham, man. It's a tool for the extreme fascist people in this country and around the world to fuck the British government, to fuck the royal family, and to take control of our country and to screw Brexit and all Brexit. Do you think Britain, just because we got Brexit and we get out of the do you think that that's going to solve it? We don't want anything to do with them anymore. That's what they're like. Fuck you, motherfucker! Bang! We have I've tried I swear to God, to maintain the old structures and to restore Britain, to ensure that while we have progress, that it doesn't affect the core and the properness and everything. But yet people to Her Majesty and to Parliament, or to at least the Conservative, to the British government, I am very grateful and very thankful. It was a Conservative government that enabled me to return to Great Britain. It wasn't Labour, but a Conservative government. Conservative government. So I'm very, very grateful to our proper ruling class and the establishment in our country. I'm very, very, very grateful. I really enjoy my little flat, and for every piece of whatever little I've got that I have to fight for to obtain, I'm very grateful for. I mean, I've got no life at all, right? I time travel a lot, and I go to soup kitchens a lot. I've got hardly any life at all, and I'm constantly terrorized and persecuted, as you know. But nevertheless, I'm still very, very grateful and very thankful. All right, very, very grateful. But we really do, we need to get the situation right, because I really do feel that there are people who are just messing up the roads. Like Labour was saying, I was joking the other day about, I said, if you don't get this fucking deal through, they're going to assassinate it. You know, that was the fucking joke. But no. See, they're just targeting me. They're going to target me because they want a scapegoat. So rather than being the old, the Messiah, right, they turn you into a scapegoat. And that's what these people are, because they see an opportunity for themselves. They're going after it. They're doing Aiken, yeah, they do it, but it's not Aiken, like, secretly putting it. They're doing it blatantly for everyone to see. They're just grabbing, I'm just thieving everything I can. You've got the spiritual equivalents of a fucking civil war, and people are smashing the doors up and grabbing stuff, whatever they want. That's what the fuck's going on. And it's no good them being all nice. I don't know who's speaking there at the moment then. I hear the speech sound. Which, incidentally, anyway, I don't even get into that. Look, the system is fucking broke. It's not working. If it's working for the higher-ups and billionaires and whatnot, I'm pleased for you. I really am, okay? This is what we wanted to do, is to ensure the structure was solid and fine and didn't get affected, all right? And if there was anything that's obviously happened to you, that you'd be restored and the country's fine. Management level has got to be perfect and good. Great stuff. It's the lowest down, it's the majority of the people, and particularly the poor class, right? There's vast majority of people in the country. This is where the Conservatives have to do the job of Labour, right? This is where the Conservatives are like kinder to the poorest people in this country than fucking Labour, and that's Labour's job to do that. So the Conservatives end up being the all-encompassing government that does everything for everyone. It's like, why the hell we have New Labour and other aspects? It's just bloody fascia. But that fascia is causing a shitload of problems, undermining the process and everything, just bringing it all down, making it all into shiznit, and it's just making confusion and stupidity and craziness. All right? So we've got to get a handle on these people. As I say, I would just love to return to the United States. Can't we just give that a go? Can't we just give that a go? Yeah. But dude, using chaos to correct chaos. Right? That thought that I had was walking along the road, Rhythm Road. It was yesterday, the day before. They're just trying to make themselves look like they know what the fuck they're doing and they're clever. And they've got you, round their little bastard finger, you stupid bloody bastard, whoever the fuck you are. You're not using your nose. Use your mind. I don't know who it is. But it's like the situation with Abraham. Or who was it? They tried to fool. There was two of them. Don't use the word two. I'm not going to cover. There was a brother, and it's like he got the first birthright before the other one. It's a bit like that, isn't it? They're trying to get the fucking birthright. They're trying to say that my brother was the firstborn when he wasn't. I was. But if my dad is the stepdad, we're actually both firstborn. No, we can't be both firstborn. Wait a minute. I am the firstborn of my mother. Right? But as regards the father, both Gary and me are firstborn. If Gary does not belong to, is not a child of my dad, but Ray, right, as people have suggested, then we are both firstborns of each individual father, which actually, right? But of my mother, I'm actually the firstborn. So the fake Garyites don't have a claim on my birthright. All right? They don't have a claim on it. But the thing is, this is what they're doing. They're using families as a target, as a construct, modifier, right? And a reference point. I know. But that's what they're doing, and they're abusing it, dude, and they're undermining it. All right? I can understand why you're doing it, right? But what I'm saying is people know as well, and they're undermining and frustrating that process. They're undermining it. You understand me? There's no good you taking the time, nice and precise, and get it all nice and lovely. How many times have you done that? And they just come along and well then, the government is reprehensible and guilty, because if they know that, which obviously they do, then leaving me here in Blackpool has been the height of irresponsibility on behalf of the Conservative government, which goes counter to what I've just said before about me being grateful. We're being played. Every level of the thing is being played. We're all being played. The whole fucking thing's being played. But you see, I won't have a go at the freaking British government. I won't, even if it was the fact that you might have been a little bit, they might be guilty or whatever. I'm not going to say anything against them, because it is. That's right. It's an aspect of loyalty. That's correct. Loyalty is the issue. And I think if the vast majority of the Conservatives voted for Brexit, you've shown your true colours, and awesome, right? As I say, it might be the situation with respects to this process that I might actually need to return to the United States to get reconfigured over there, and to do because the Americans have been going through it as well. Britain's not just yourself, but America's been going through it as well. And there seems to be a group in this country that are exploiting the situation because they're not getting what they want, and they can't get out, and they have got access to power, and they're using that knowledge to screw it up every fucking which way they can. And awesome, great people doing brilliant work is just being undermined, and the whole thing's just turning into shiznit. So, there we are. I need to rely on my government and the various elements of the system to do the work so that I can live. Right? And as I say, I'm very, very, very grateful. And I mean, talk about, you know, putting tremendous amount of effort in and stuff. I mean, I can't fault the British. I just can't fault them. They're just absolutely brilliant. All right, they've done tremendous, brilliant, absolute, superb work. All right, I won't say anything against the British government. Simple as that. But you get these fucking lots of names. They'll have a and they want to undermine it. They want to get them. They want the blues out. They want to put the reds in or whatever. Because they want the Blairism. They want Blairism. They want to return to the days of Blair. And they want to be able to screw up the world. They want to be able to regime change. They want to be the fascists that they are. They've virtually come out and said, fucking hi-ho shit left. Now, World War II, we were shooting those fuckers and dropping nukes on them. In the 21st century, you know, we'll just put up with it. The only way to stop a fascist is to fucking kill him! See, and they always reflect it back to you. You're the fascist. It's the nature of copy, copy, copy. And then the copy becomes the established thing. The theft and thievery becomes the established thing. And the actual source of it gets just shit upon, destroyed, and killed. So it's like trying to reverse what happened in World War II. But as I say, in World War II, we were shooting those fuckers, but nowadays we just fucking put up with them, and they cause a shitload of problems. Look what they did to fucking Brexit, dude. Or Brexit became the emergence from a situation that was created in Kendal. Because the people up in Kendal, they want to fucking rule, or at least the Lake District wants to fucking rule. They want to usurp the power in London. They want to use that mechanism again. They keep in with freaking you. Well, this is what I'm saying. There are forces all over the world that have joined with them in this country, and just because we get a Brexit doesn't mean that their power is going to be diminished any. All that'll happen is the people in Great Britain is going to have more fucking... Correct. They're going to end up suffering more. Correct. That's exactly what I was going to say. In fact, that's exactly what I did think, and I printed it on you. Or we just, you know, you understand. They're just going to end up being... The lies are just going to get worse and worse and worse. Nobody asked you to cover. Nobody asked you. You observed an opportunity and you went for it with gusto. That's the truth. When Jason and Steve and Jason hit me on my nose and my head, they destroyed it, completely destroyed it. So whatever gift was from the United States to Great Britain as a great help was destroyed. Never mind, you don't want it. My grandfather was murdered as a result. Spiritually, virtually murdered. So Richard Branson fell off his bike and nearly broke his fucking neck. I know it's comedic to say it like that, but that's the truth. And Pope had a fucking black eye. Those were the sequence of events. And those just are the events that I know about. Goodness knows whatever else has happened around the planet. ISIS. Remember that? There's loads of comedic events that have taken place with ISIS if you look on YouTube. Now, whether they're just staged or whatnot, I don't know. But that seems to be a similar thing happening here. There seems to be something very, very bad and wrong, like ISIS, but it's being turned into a comedic thing, which, you know, might be a way of dealing with it. But it seems as if one is reflecting the other. yet again, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. A dickhead with an AK-47 doesn't have to be a fucking goddamn genius to use the bastard thing. And it's the same with these fuckaroos round here. They've got access to so much bastard power, they're like the fucking asshole with an AK-47 in his hand. So, what we need you to do, Britain, is to do the equivalent of what you've done with guns and gun control in Britain, but for power. And you need to remove all the power and all the ability from these fuckaroos that would undermine the process in this country. You will remove the power from the people. You will remove it from them, just as you did with gun control. You removed all the guns in this country and made it illegal to have guns, right? Well, then I think we should, if only just for a period of time, to allow the proper authorities and people to be able to do what they need to do to gain control of the situation and to make some progress, because there's been absolutely very little progress been made, all right? And people keep undermining it. So we need to have the spiritual virtual equivalent of gun control, but for power in this country. Exactly, if you haven't already done so, all right? And if you have, totally applaud it. Very grateful, because as someone who has an enormous amount of power, but no way of controlling the frickin' thing, you know, and in fact, what they've done, they've made the similar sort of thing now happen. It's like, you got a tremendous amount of power, but no way of controlling it. The same thing again, right? So it's just not, it's not right, it's not fair, it certainly isn't, it won't be justice. Possibly I can understand that might be true with respect to constancy within the construct or mind conflicts, right? But at the end of the day, what they're doing is taking a piss, man. They are replicating an event that happened in the past, loads and loads of power but no control, and are doing it in a situation now that you've got all this power apparent, but you've got no control, which is exactly the situation I feel at the moment. There's no control, there's no knowledge with it, there's just nothing, all right? And then it's like, okay, we've set it all up, put you in the chair, right, do. Oh, the hell am I supposed to do? Your brain smashed me to pieces. You haven't told me how to do fuck all. You want me to fucking you want me to use all that technology and stuff? Without any education, nothing? Go on. And then as soon as you fuck up, you can't do it, and then smack, bang, 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 bang. Yeah, get them out there. That's rule of shit. That's rule of shit. And in the setting of global politics, that represents nukes. So could you please, well, I've already had this theoretical discussion with myself about the appearance of nuclear terrorists. All right, if you've got to get this situation under control, or the appearance of a nuclear terrorist and an attack on British soil is absolutely guaranteed. And as somebody who lives in this little island, I don't want my country being nuked, thank you very much. But who knows? The Koreans, they've already said, I mean, well, it doesn't matter, does it, whether they've come out and just saying that because it was just grandstanding for the fucking world? Oh, you know, they've already said they want to nuke America. They just want power at any and all cost. And look what's going to happen. Come on. Joyriders. Bang. Complete chaos and destruction to Her Royal Highness. Do you want your country in civil war? Absolutely not. So the politicians and intelligence, they got something really, really, really difficult or really obvious to deal with, and the consequences of not doing something about it are obvious. My recommendation to yourselves is that I would like to put my services forward. I would like to have a contract or an agreement with yourselves for monetary remuneration. Go to the university or whatever and see what I can do that. Because honestly, sirs, I am just like my bottom is, and don't use the word bottom in Blackpool. My winky, my is just swinging in the wind for any and all. All right, and I can't get any satisfaction. I can't get any relief. I can't get any. I swear, and I just think it's so unfair that people are doing great work and it's just being undermined by a group of people that are just smashing. You see, they're trying to make the point that that's what I do. Look, pal, the work that I put out on Facebook and other places, right? That was my work. That's my work that I can put out in the fucking public domain, and you haven't got the right to stop me because it's my work. You guys plagiarize it. You guys spy. You guys trying to copy it, or we're in a better position to be able to do something about it. Oh yeah. It's like, oh, we've got to give you the chance of ruling, or the chance of taking control, or using it, or having some expertise with respects to the construct, right? We've got to give you the ability to be able to, or at least a chance of being able to join us, not rule, but to join us, so to speak, right? And they're like, go on, because they've got to give you the chance, right? They've got to give you the chance. And then because you don't know anything, because they smashed up your mind, they haven't told you the fucking thing, it's like they're just waiting there, ready. As soon as you make a mistake, and we talk about justice. We talk about legalities in Parliament. This fella used to say, what is it, Letwin? We're not going to do it until it's legal. Well, of course! But shit, dude! What's the fucking point? By the time the beautiful people who do the laws, get it all done, those fuckaroos will have used that time to undermine it. All you've done is you've given more bloody chance to the people undermining it. Move your goddamn fucking ass! They are making a mockery of Parliament. They are making a mockery of the establishment. They are making a mockery of knowledge. They are making a mockery of the process of creating knowledge. And as someone who's very interested in the establishment and knowledge creation and accumulating knowledge, you know, I find it extremely offensive that those people would undermine our beautiful world system that is designed to manage all of that. Right? So we need to do something, and we need to do something quickly. All right. And I think the situation with Brexit has really brought it to the point very quickly. You've only got a week left to do it, fellas. Is it just a week? Just over a week. A week and a half. Just a week and a half. And it's got to be all legal. They're going to rush it through. And some genius, right, in the legal department at the last minute will put in a clause or something which will be the saving grace for the entire country. And there'll be one legal line that he'll probably, at the last blasted minute, right, and the whole country will hang on this one fucking piece of legal line of legality. There's one line of legality. Yeah, Britain is a little seedling. And we got some bastard twat with a big, massive fuck-off boot. It's just ready to go. because that's what's happening to me, ladies and gentlemen, every fucking day. Grow a little bit, then fuck you off. Fuck you off. Fuck you off. Fuck you off. You know. But they've got no chance because the people with the fucking boot that are coming down are criminal. Well, in the fascist thing, it's actually the other way around because the fascists are entering in the boot. Right? You will not teach those kids about Hitler because that's an excuse for you propagating your teachings of fascism. So no. There's enough shitless shit out there for people to fucking read if they want to. Don't be shoving that See, I'm fighting something right now. Look, dude. Fuck this shit. As someone once said in the United States, fuck this shit. And that was way back then. It's going to have to be glasses inside my head now. It's the focus thing. It's going after that. Well, that is the point of civil war, isn't it? I tell you what, America, when I return to the United States, you'll have to educate me over there. Okay? Oh, by the way, Trish, someone's after your ass other than me. Be careful because I don't know who you are. If you're from the good forces, please be careful. There's a lot of people around here that are just bad and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Please be careful. They've kept me in the dark, correct, for 3.5 years. Stop talking. If what you're saying is true, why are you having a confrontational style with me? If I am the recipient of your so-called goodness, why are you trying to defend yourself? Obviously you're not. You're just wanting it for yourself. You want to use me money to get to them, and whatever gifts and what, you want to be able to use them. That's what's going on. And it's been going on for a long time. And I and a lot of other people are fed up with it. There's nothing crazy about not wanting to be terrorized and persecuted. You've got your ways, you go off and do them. You like your transvestites and all the rest of it. Well, you go off your fucking way. But I'm not going to be a fucking transvestite for fucking no one. Not even for fucking God. Do you understand me? And in fact, God wouldn't want me to be a tranny. A branny tranny. Correct. This is all going to descend into shiznit, dude. So be it. That's what these fuckaroos started, so be it. Let it go all the way to shiznit. If you want civil war, Britain, you've got it! As a reflection of Northern Ireland, possibly, but also primarily of the United States, because they'll take it back to the forward to that time, won't they? And they'll imprint it on Britain. To the establishment, I am so very, very, very sorry. I can't apologise enough to Her Majesty, to the government, and to the establishment. I just can't apologise enough. And I'm the fucker. Yes, yeah, that's correct. No, not you're the victim. You're a manipulator and a misrepresenter of facts. While I was off in the United States for the last 6-7 years, actually 13 years in total or more, being terrorized and persecuted over there, walking across America and creating new knowledge. No, you did not! Moss did, the one who's shouting did. Why is it a big thing? Because you guys want to steal my work. They're still after me fucking suitcases, man. Well, then prove that and piss off. In fact, you won't object to the British government making me into a millionaire and then for me to go over to the United States. Seems you know all my fucking business anyway. I don't give a shit about putting it out there covertly now. I mean overtly. Meaning everybody knows about it. And then we'll send the fucking thing around your fucking brains and erase all your minds. See? That's one of them right there. That shows you how fucking crazy they are. Right there. Because they TO me all the fucking time, man. They take over me all the fucking while. Alright, they smash me brains up. They... The whole fucking time. The last 3.5 years. Ever since Jason and Steve twatted me in the face and the head. And I came to Blackpool. And the Church of Bastard England, they're the worst of the fucking lot. Maybe there should be some power takeover by the Catholics and the Pope in Italy shafting the Church of England to make them all Catholic. I'd fucking agree to that. Because that Church of England, man. And you stole those views from me while I was in the United States. So don't be saying, oh, we're so progressive and everything. You stole it from me while I was in the United States, motherfucker. Well, if that's the situation, why are you so interested in my work? Well, I've noticed something about Prince Charles and some of his views, and I thought, that is totally brilliant. People say that Prince Charles is a fucking crazy person. He's not a crazy person. He's a very forward-thinking man, king in waiting. He's a very, very, very clever chap. Very, very, yes. He's like, yes, that's correct, Prince Charles. Absolutely, I completely agree. Yes. But the way it's like, maybe it's just like too flippant advanced for the people as it is at the moment, you know. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. My views were expounded, were told in the United States. And the fact that a member of the British royal family has sort of talked about similar ideas with respect to interfaith and using all the religions together, which does actually show that you must have had some sort of insight with respect to really what the phenomena is, right? And so, but I had to sort of work it out when I was on the United States. So we've got this intuitive. I call it, from the subconscious mind of the collective, the CPUs, and yeah, but there's not just the king layer, is there? There's other layers to it now as well. Which so I mean, there's so many questions and things I need to ask and get clarified. And all that's happening to me here in Blackpool is I'm getting beaten up all the time, thrown into the darkness, and just people stealing my work and saying, he's the one that's caused the trouble, he's caused the... That's what's been going on. So while that might be the truth, the reality going forward in the 21st century means that we need extra levels of control and technology, I think, applied to actually make that view being able to use it in a fuller sense. Because at the moment it appears that, well, the thing is, I mean, you can't, I mean, if you just, well, look, what I mean is, I don't want to end up just being a slave. That's right. This is where, the United States gives me this opportunity to give full rein to my creative abilities and to be able to create a corporation, right? Whereas I find it very, very difficult here in Great Britain. I can't even get a job. The little familiars around there in Blackpool, and in fact just the northwest, I can't even get a job. They won't even allow me to get employment. That's how bad it is. And all I end up doing, working with Universal Credit, is a fucking show. I mean, I'm making all these applications and things, right? And I'm not actually, even if when I do actually get, an appointment to go and say, it actually ends up to nothing. People say, oh, it's just the way it is. No, it's not just the way it is. All right, people are targeted, right? This is the thing about the unemployment stuff. People are targeted. And it's like, I think they get so much into power that that they can't get out of it. It is like this endless cycle. One of my neighbours was talking, I've noticed this mind is just going round and round and round, not going anywhere, just going round and around and around and around and around. It's not doing anything at all, it's just going round and around. And it's like, dude, and you expect to freaking get free? You expect to make progress, and you want to use vehicles and things to get your mind out and stuff, dude. You're just going round and around and around. You're not achieving anything, and like the environment is so destructive. You won't get out of Blackpool that way, dude. There's no freaking way. This is why I made an appeal directly to the government. There isn't any other way. I mean, who's going to deal with power other than the government? You know what I mean? So I had to make an appeal. You know exactly what I mean. So I made an appeal to the government, and so there we are. So that's the situation that I'm dealing with, and it's been absolutely. But like I say, if we want that, Well, I think the best way forward for me to proceed is in the United States. But my concern, and I think it is your concern as well, is if this if this God phenomenon becomes manifest again and it goes fucking bazonkas and out of control, what's that gonna mean? Return to Britain again, get some more for another fucking 3.5, maybe 4 or 5 years, just to get to this situation once again? That's not desirable neither. So just going to the United States, I admit, is not the solution, all right? But maybe there comes a point where intelligence just turns around and says, look, dude, we just don't know what the hell, we just don't know what the solution to this is. We just don't know. So maybe, what we could do is just send you to the United States and see what America can do for you. Because I think we've done all that we can for you here in Britain. And we've even gone through freaking this Brexit thing, which has been a complete disaster. All right, so maybe the thing that we need you to do is to return to the United States and see what the Americans can do for you. All right. So that I would agree to. I would but with obviously a blessing, yeah, and your blessing, so that we could actually. Well, you're getting some services for free right now, and you have been getting them services for free for quite some time. So, I think it's only right and proper that you make some sort of remuneration. I'm not going to argue with you. Don't make a big issue out of that. And if people don't want to pay or help in that regard, I'm not going to fucking press it. I'm not going to start going nuclear on the fucking government. You not pay me. I'm just not going to do that. But also, I can't just go to the United States with no funds. And these people around here won't allow me to go to work to look after myself. Situation. So that's why I made this appeal. I've been talking for more than an hour now, but it's almost like, oh, that's cured the situation. It hasn't cured the situation at all. At least some information and knowledge has been exchanged, and maybe some greater understanding with respect to the things that are going on here in Blackpool. And like I say, I don't want people to be, but yet they do need to be out, because I've noticed the activity of them, man, and they know exactly what they're doing here in Blackpool. That's fucking sods. They really are. Alright? But saying that sodism, one of the things to say in Blackpool, has been used to good effect in the sense that it's helped management, I think. But I'm saying that, I could be completely wrong, because all that's happened to me is that the last 3.5 years I've had my brains beaten out, and I've been covered in black, and I'm completely, brain wiped clean. I've no fucking idea. Every time I create a thought in my mind, or I use an image or something like that, I try to use my mind, boom, in on it. We want to copy it. We're taking it. I'm saying to myself, I can't carry on like that. All right, I just can't. And especially if you want me to work and do great things, I can't work under those conditions. There's absolutely no way. No way. No way. So it looks like I think I'm going to have to go to the United States. And if Britain, bet the house on really clever people, intelligent people rather, don't use the word clever, because they use that to be like, come on, that's what they mean by clever. People are making a massive, if you're relying on us staying here, or me, or others, staying here in Great Britain, well then it ain't gonna happen. You've bet the wrong house. You really have. There wasn't there, in the early 60s, or during the 60s, that's correct. And I think that might happen again. The people are just saying, look, Britain, we just can't make it over there, man, just no matter what we do. We're just going to have to go to the United States to make a life over there, to start I'm going to start my corporation in the United States of America, because there's just absolutely nowhere to do it here in Britain, unless, of course, Britain, treats us with kid gloves, which, have been doing for some, and as I say, I don't want to ever go to the British government and the establishment, because you've done absolutely brilliant work and you have tremendous amount of stress and everything. So I would not say a word against the British government or the establishment. I will not have a word said against them at all. Period. Right? Yeah, right. Okay? But I do think that, such. Then yeah. They wondered why they wouldn't let our Tony go. You're talking about the fake copy. You're not talking about me. You're using that to modify me. And whatever that thing does, or whatever they program the replicant to do, does not represent me. So make your accusation because you haven't got a damn thing on me. So what? I wanked off in a fucking church. So what? You haven't got a damn thing on me. Oh, except for all the allegations that you can think of, which are all false. And let me tell you, the intelligence service in this country and the United States know exactly what I've been thinking, what I've been doing, where I've been every bastard moment of every second of every fucking day for the last God knows how many years. So how the hell you can make these claims is beyond me. You lying, steaming sack of shit. You bastard murdered people to gain control and power. And you yourselves have plagiarized the world, a fascist, and you deserve to die. You took life, you deserve to die. You screwed up the world system, you disrespected the establishment and the royal family and parliament. You're just doing to that. Look what they did with the Queen's speech. And they tried to blame that on me because they've got to be whited and yes, because they've got to be whited and white. Well, then I got no fear of dying. In fact, do you want to go to Gehenna? I've been to Gehenna. You never get out of Gehenna. If you're with me, send me to Gehenna. I know I can get out of it, but you won't. And people control other people. So don't be giving me that speech about you're under control. I know. Allowing the spiritual virtual universe to repair. That's why I am not really objecting too much, because I understand if you're creating something, various parts, elements, I was going to say the word elements, need to be put into the mix and things need to be right. So I'm not objecting too much to it, but I do understand that, if one's being taken shafted and being taken advantage of, well, then, well, you and I would both know that I would not want direct communication with them. And if be any communication, it has to go through an intelligent party. So I would not want to talk directly. Another example. No. You've gone onto me feet, you're gone. Tony's another just a big cow. No, not a big cow. No. So I was going to say another example of, and I forgot. But that's the thing, they weaken your mind, don't they, and the ability to be able to grab hold of thoughts, either self-generated or generated from externally. See, the stupid with it as well, but just use any excuse. The pathetic, I would remove them, nothing to do with them. Well, then it didn't work. It failed. Whatever you tried failed. Obviously. While I have been here, I have tried to find employment, self-employment, university, and I have been impeded and prevented at every step of the way. And the upshot of the educational thing is that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, now I can obtain first-year funding to go and do a university course in whatever I want. But here's the kicker. It was after the start of the September period. It's going to take me some time to get myself to position, which means that I've missed the start of this year for university education. So that means I'll have to do it, if at all, next year. The appropriate judgment is 5 million, and in fact 50 million might actually be a better, a more proper and appropriate 50 million quid. 50 million. The judge to rule in my situation would be 50 million pounds compensation. 50 million. Well, I was just thinking, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, twat. And that's another thing for you to consider. That's right. What you're actually saying is that you don't give a shit about our country, and that our country is valueless. It's worthless. It doesn't. I know you guys are like you know, you're working like Trojans behind the scene, and you're doing enough, but these people are undermining everything. I make mistakes as well, and it's like, God Almighty, the only way for me to do this is to be a fucking stiff for what, an entire goddamn year? You want me to be a stiff, literally stay in my bed, don't eat, don't sleep, don't do fuck all, just stay there like that, not a move, nothing, just stay in the bed for a fucking year? You guys are psycho fucking crazy fascist motherfucking shitbags, and you're gonna end up dead. Because the criminal, they are absolutely criminal, and they're intent on undermining the system in the world. But we believe in the rule of law and the rest of it, so may the appropriate processes take place. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey Ian, would you like to go again? Fuck you! See? Send me to the United States, man. Get me the hell out of this crazy fucking town. Well, that's the sad thing. There's so much greatness in this world, so much potential. And not only are we just wasting it, we're destroying ourselves for absolutely no reason. It's just absolutely, I think it's what somebody once said, it's just completely unnecessary what's been going on. Absolutely unnecessary. It's like the equivalent of someone just needs to turn on a lamp, and these assholes are scrubbing around. Oh, let's get this. Oh, let's get this. Oh, and have a look at this. Oh, and they'll scribble on the board. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Dude, just switch on the fucking guy. Exactly. Just play the fucking note. Dougal, play the fucking note. Show from the scene from Father Ted. Honestly, Father Ted was just, isn't it? It's brilliant. It's classic. It's timeless. It's just one of those, just absolutely brilliant as Father Ted. Oh my goodness. But yeah, but that's what these people are like. That's, you know, and they're scrubbing around. Like, Jesus God. The amount of money and power and the wasting and so all you've got to do, sir, is switch on the lamp. Ready? And go. So, it does. It always ends up comedic. What else? What? Honestly, dude. But it's like, what? Oh, stay calm. Oh. Yeah, that's right. I am Douglas. Excuse me while I get my breath. Oh. Oh, boy. Oh. I'm gonna get a shower, have a cup of tea, and watch a movie. Oh.